what I meant to do in this section. Oh, I meant to hit like a trigger or something. Let me go back now. I do feel like, yeah, the gameplay needs some work as well, because it does feel like a little bit hard to tell what's going on. Yeah, I feel like this dual part doesn't work too well. Just regarding the difficulty of the rest of the level, it feels a little bit out of place. Doesn't flow too well, I'd say. It's not a bad level, and there's a lot, I can tell a lot was put in, effort-wise, into the effects and everything, but it just feels like there's just too much going on for the player to really cohesively follow along with the gameplay. Also that transition, pretty prone to bugging. Yeah, I just keep bugging out there. I'll check out the rest real quick, but I'd say this level's cool, and the effects are actually pretty well done. There's just too much going on, and it doesn't really, it makes me kind of not want to send it. I think it's a decent looking level, it just needs to be cleaned up a lot. You have the start here, it's like you could remove these snow particles and you could make this background a little bit less, you know, flooded. The parallax is also inverted at the start here. Yeah, there's just too much going on, so I don't think I'll send this. It just needs to be heavily cleaned up. There needs to be some balancing done to the gameplay, because for some reason the second half is extremely hard compared to the rest of the level. So it's a cool level. It's just... I don't know who the fuck y'all are to give a subpar bar or even have an opinion of you. You mention me, millions of views, attention and news. I mention you, lose for me. Takes away from the overall rating for me personally. I wrote the ID wrong, so I'll just grab their name. I believe this is it. Yes, it is. Okay. Short talent, critiquing my talent. Bitch, I don't know who the what's your talent? Critiquing my talent. Bitch, I don't know. I like the lightning match, kind of cool. Opinion of you mention me. What's your talent? Critiquing my talent. Bitch, I don't know who the fuck y'all are to give a subpar bar or even. What's your talent? Critiquing my talent. Bitch, I don't know who the fuck y'all are to give a subpar bar or even have an opinion of you mention me. Millions of views, attention and news. I mention you, lose for me. Hey, thanks for the raid, Rafters. Appreciate it. Thank you. Just doing some levels. Haven't really been saying much while playing this one. It's got some cool like pulse effects, particularly at the start of cool lighting. Yeah, just mod requests as per usual. Maybe one day I'll decide to do something different. Yeah, just sticking to this for now. That's all good. Appreciate that, Rafters. Have a good one. Yeah, this was a cool level. They say they're Thasm's brother. Fair enough. Well, in that case, I think it was a pretty cool level. I'd say close to a feature if it had some... Well, I'd say it's close to a feature already, but just needs a little bit more variation regarding, like... I feel like the monochromatic effect was fine, but I didn't really feel like it changed up too much as I was playing the level. Did I try cycles too? I have not, so I haven't seen that in the queue as of yet. So you just have to rely on whether or not I pull it. Sorry, wait, what's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't know who the fuck y'all are to give a subpar bar or even have an opinion of you. You mention me, millions of views, attention and news.
Otherwise, you know, if you're not in the community, how you're supposed to know how to manage it. But yeah, that's a very simplified version of how you get mod. This isn't bad. I'm assuming the gameplay is supposed to be a little bit like unorthodox compared to regular gameplay that you'd find in a level. It's not bad though.
What's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent.
Just needs to be, I'd say, a little bit more lenient for the player. Just does feel a little bit tough to read. I think the structures and the designs match together are obviously supposed to be purposely jarring as well, but I just feel like it's maybe a little bit too much like mismatch. I'd say it's like a nice experimental level. I appreciate the creativity, but yeah, not quite for me personally. So I don't think I'll send this, but I think the level's still, it's kind of cool. There's some really interesting ideas in here.
What's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't know who the fuck
it's definitely quite creative, so I do like that part of it. Yeah, it's a lot of guesswork. It feels like half of memory. I'm assuming that's like what the level is. It's supposed to be a bit of memory. It's not a bad level though. It just feels a little bit hard to read at times. I was looking away from the screen, looking at the chat. That's cool. Closer to a demon than regular level, just because of the memory stuff. The strangeness of it was sort of like growing on me near the end there, so maybe I'll set like a rate. Just takes a bit for me to enjoy it. I just feel like the gameplay does make it a little bit jarring to play at times, but it was still alright, well that's the first 5 minutes. Alright. Oh, I've already seen this. Have I already sent this? Yeah, I have. Okay. Well, let me go past that then. Advancer.
What's your talent?
First 5 have got to be autofill. I have a spam question specifically for that very reason, is to stop people from spamming. They fill up very quickly though, if that's what you're wondering. They take like no time to fill up. Takes about a second or 2 for the first 5 to fill up. So if you don't submit your level in about 1 or 2 seconds when the form resets, you have no chance of getting in the first 5. It feels kind of cool. It's like a slightly modernized version of like blast processing in a way.
What's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't know who the fuck y'all are to give a subpar bar.
Cool. Would I ever do a platformer only request stream? Maybe. I do like plat. It's just that when you do plat only request streams, the form tends to be filled up with facet stuff anyway, and it's better to do it off stream if I'm ever doing plat only. This level was cool. It did feel kind of basic and maybe a little bit brief, so I might not send it, but I think it was still cool. Just maybe extend it by like another 20 or 30 seconds. Make it feel like a more organic ending, and that'd be nice to see. But I think like the visuals weren't bad. It was just a bit short. I'll do another priority first. Let's check this out.
Sorry. Wait, what's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't.
Alright, 1 moment. I'm gonna check this out and then I'll be back after like a few minutes after I check out this level. It's a room plat of some kind. A Zelda. Was that Link in the back there? Not sure who that character is. Oh, that's a cool little gimmick there. Where you like a shadow. Yeah, it's a cool gimmick.
Sorry, wait, what's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't know. Sorry, wait, what's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch,
yeah, it's a pretty cool gimmick. I like that.
What's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent.
Nice.
Bitch, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit like the feather gimmick from Celeste, right? That's what it's called.
Sorry, wait, what's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't know who the fuck y'all are.
Pretty cool level. I like it.
Or even have an opinion of you. You mention me.
How many levels are sent right now in this stream? I'm assuming like about 15. 20. Why do you mean the level request form? I'd assume about 200 now. But yeah, this is a cool level. Not much to say here. Just got a cool little gimmick with some pretty decent gameplay. I'll send that real quick for a feature.
Sorry, wait, what's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't know who the. Sorry, wait, what's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't know who the fuck y'all are.
Yeah,
Give us
good stuff.
or even have an opinion.
Nice work. Alright, I'll be right back. Just gotta go do something real quick and then I'll be back.
Sorry, wait, what's your. Sorry.
Alright. I'm back. Just to have a little break. Alright, where was I? Just check this out. So we'll swap back to the random queue, 1 moment. Next up is 71. 7-star. Okay, glitch out. 1 moment, I just have to load the chat back up. There we go. Cool. I will listen to the auto gameplay. I was being a little bit stubborn there. It's kind of cool so far. Accidentally got the coin wrap. Ooh, another raid. A lot of raids today. My chat's not updating, so 1 moment. It's just what was the raid? It never notified me. 1 moment. Let me check. Ah, Paul. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Alright, I'll actually look at the gameplay now. I was just a bit distracted there. Yeah, for some reason the chat's bugging out, so I need to relaunch my thing on the side. So I'll do that after this level. I do feel like the music's maybe just a little bit out of sync. I might have just missed like a speed portal at some point. It wasn't a bad level though. It was kind of cool. I just feel like I didn't really sync near the end there. I just feel like there could have been a little bit more variation because it did feel perhaps like a little bit repetitive, I'd say. Like it wasn't a bad level by any means, but it just felt a little bit too same. Throughout the whole thing, didn't really have too much variation. It was still cool, but it just felt a little bit too bad. Now I wonder if the chat's like still active on my thing, or if it's frozen. It's still frozen. I'll quickly close it on there and see if I can relaunch it. But in the meantime, we'll load up a new level. We have to get the answers right necessarily. I mean, if someone does like 1.9 and the last question wasn't relating to game versions, then I'll just assume it's just because they don't know, and that's fine. So I'm not too aggressive with how the spam form works, but yeah. Here's a nice little auto. What do you do if you're unsure if your level's demon or not? Just say 9 to 10 star. And if you have a video, use it. If you don't have a video, that's okay. I still normally gauge levels anyway. If they don't have a video and they're like an easy demon, I'll give them a shot. Just because easy demons aren't very hard for me. I can normally beat them in like 10 attempts after a practice run. Not that I beat levels on stream, but I also play way worse on stream. But yeah, easy demons are fine for the most part if they're in classic. If it's like borderline 9 star, borderline easy demon, then I'm sure it'll be fine. You get top 5 if you answer in the last question. I mean, you could probably get top 5 then change it before I see, but if I ever find out, I will probably just ban you from requests, just because I feel like it's a little bit cheap to do that kind of thing. This level was really cool. I didn't really have much time to like absorb it as I was playing through it, but it was an interesting level. I'll set it for like a raid. It was kind of cool. Not bad. Supposed to be a mix of Clubs of Electroman and Electroman Adventures. I see. Well, if I get it, I'm keen to see what it'll be like. In the meantime, just pulled a easy after the form. Position 75. Alright. Okay. Whoops. Not bad so far. I think the 3D might be incorrectly done early on there. That's okay. Nothing bad. Regarding like the 3D does fade out, whereas the block doesn't. I don't know if that's like a creative choice. But if it isn't, make sure everything is fade in, fade out disabled. Otherwise you'll get weird quirks, like weird visual quirks like that. Visually not too bad, but it is very basic. You need a lot more going on if you want to get a rate. It does feel like an abrupt ending there too. I think the block design wasn't too bad, but yeah, like more effect work, like pulses, movements, that kind of thing. Otherwise the level just feels a bit too bare bones, and then yeah, not really rate worthy in my eyes, but it was still decent. I don't think it was too bad, but it was just a bit too basic, I'd say. Alright, next up is 129. An easy demon. Alright, check this out. Also kind of depends on the easy demon. Relaying back to the easy demon rant. Because some like easy demons have very smooth, fun to play gameplay, but then some are a little bit like memory based or that kind of thing, and then I do poorly in them. This is a very unique remix of this song. Very interesting. I'm assuming this is to avoid copyright. But yeah, it's not bad. Do they have to be present when I play their level? No, not really, but if you want to hear feedback as to why your level doesn't get sent, or if it does get sent, then yeah, I'd recommend you stay around, because otherwise, you know, you won't hear the feedback, and then if you don't get a sent, you don't know why I didn't send it. Yeah, this level's kind of cool. It's not bad. Bit of an older sort of style, but not bad. Despite the dreadful anti-copyright cover, it's not bad. It's a kind of neat level. Yeah, I'll send it for a rate. It was kind of cool. There is a trick to when the form resets. So when the form resets, all you can do is you can just change the question rather than start from brand new with your what's it called, your level request, and that way it'll take like way less time for you to fill in the form basically. How do I make the camera switch like that? It's just like a stream interface thing. It's just me changing scenes so that people only see a certain screen at a certain time, so I can do like behind the scenes stuff while people don't see. Just Stereo Madness. Stereo Madness Yaya. Well, it's a bit different to Stereo Madness, it's not quite the same gameplay. Seems like it's swapped up a little bit. It's kind of cool. but it does just feel maybe a little bit outdated, just visually. I think the pixel designs are kind of cool, but I don't feel like the background matches it too well, and I feel like the colors are a little bit off in a sense. Like, I feel like the dark contrast and then the bright part that matches the background kind of just sort of blends in a little bit, makes it a little bit uninteresting visually. It's not a bad level, it just feels a little bit too basic. Oh, I am wondering if you can go through that guy, if this is the only path available. Not a bad level. Like, it's a creative sort of Staring Madness remake, but just a little bit too basic, I'd say. Alright, next up is position 91. She's an 8-star. I'm not trying to avoid insulting the level. All I do is provide feedback, because, you know, everyone starts as a pretty brand new creator, so I think there's no reason for me to, you know, single out someone and insult them just because they're new to the game, you know what I mean? It's a bit unfair. I think everyone is at a different stage of creating, and that's totally fine. Shouldn't ever insult people just because they're new to creating, or they're just not too experienced with it. It's not very fair. Because, you know, you want to motivate new creators so that they grow and become better at what they do. Otherwise, how are they supposed to progress, you know? This level's not too bad, just like your average flow level. You also don't have to hit that dash roll. Well, you just have to hit it at the start and you can let go. That's kind of cool. Not bad. Hardest level that I beat? Well, considering that you're not saying classic or platformer, my hardest level in general is Feverish Dream, which is a top 40 like 8 platformer. This level's cool. It's very old level, but it's not bad. It's in a yeah, my hardest is this level. It's like, I think 48 for the platform. Pretty tough. Next up is Extreme Demon. Let's pull up that video. My hardest classic is Dark Travel from a long time ago. Yeah, 8 years ago. Close to 9 now, I'd say. Basically, like, a few months after Dark Travel came out, I beat it. It was also a hard demon at the time that I beat it instead of insane, so I thought it wasn't my hardest. Why is your request so long? Because it's randomized, which means it doesn't matter when you send it. If you're slightly late to the request opening, then your level is only going to be seen through luck. Also, if you only sent it at the start, the form resets every 45 minutes, which means your level would have gotten deleted, so now it's not actually in the form. You have to redo it. This is kind of cool. Oh, already ended. Well, I'll go through that again because I was a bit distracted. Do I leave a level, comment on a level that doesn't get sent? No, I do not. I just tell the person why I didn't send it in the stream, and if they're not around during the stream, tough luck, I'm afraid. I just don't really send comments in descriptions because the comments don't fit enough words for me to give a decent description. Yeah, this level's kind of cool. It's not bad. The aesthetics are unusual, but it's cool. You know, I can't say you have to sacrifice your grandma to get a priority request. You can just get 10,000 points, but, you know, if you're insane, you can do that. It's hard to say. I think this level's cool. It just feels a little bit basic, so it's kind of hard for me to decide if I want to send it or not. Just because I've seen a lot of levels that have this sort of aesthetic. It's not bad by any means, it just feels a little bit basic at times. It's kind of cool though. Maybe look at rate send. I always get indecisive when it comes to that kind of style. It wasn't bad though, so I think it's worthy of a rate. I think it was kind of cool. God of War Laufey. Yeah. I mean, my interests in games aren't just in GD. Matter of fact, GD is not really much of a priority of mine, regarding gaming at least. I do like GD, but I don't play it too often. I just do my mod stuff on here for the most part, and rarely create if I've got the time. Make VIP 14k points. No. That's far too cheap for how good it is. There's a lot of perks that comes with VIP, so I don't want to make it cheap. And also, it shouldn't even be there right now. I just forgot to remove it. It's meant to be out of stock for now. Sorry to those who were saving. I just, yeah, I need more space so that I can actually catch up with VIP requests. How many levels in the queue? I think it was like 240. It's a cool aesthetic. It's like a sort of like an undecorated sort of level. It's meant to be sort of like a layout, I'm assuming, but then it's also decorated and has plenty of effects. So it's a cool little aesthetic that the creator's going for here. Nice transition there too. Levels, but 180 people. Yeah, so some people leave after their request. It's just how it is. Some looks kind of cool. That's it for a feature. That's cool. Nice work. Got a priority request, so we'll check that out real quick. Kick out. Yeah, VIP is permanent. There's actually only been one person who lost their VIP, and that's it. In the year and a quarter I've been a mod, just one person's lost their VIP, but that was it. I won't say who, for privacy reasons, but yeah, it's basically permanent. Just don't break any rules and you're fine. Well, don't break any major rules. Like if you spam a bit and then I mute you, that's fine. But obviously if you do that a few times, I will take it away. But if you do something bad and I have to ban you, I'll remove it, obviously. That's kind of how it works. Level's not too bad. Does feel a little bit basic. Just a typical glow level. It doesn't look too bad though. I like the pulse work is nice. Yeah, I think it's decent. I'm not sure if I'll send it though. I suppose the variation's nice too. Gameplay's pretty readable. There's not really any issues with this level. Even varies, yeah, it varies a little bit in the block design. I feel like the background could vary a little bit more, Otherwise it feels a little bit basic. Would be nice to see some variation here though. I feel like the designs are almost the same as they were before, so it does feel a little bit samey. Whoops. Anyways, kind of cool. Perhaps like a rate would be fair for this level, I'd say. Not a bad level. Kind of cool. Alright. I'll reset the form after this next level, so get ready. Alright. Next is Insane Demon. Oh, thanks for the 16 bits, Irizan. Appreciate that. Didn't see it. I did hear the notification, but I forgot to check. Because I was mid-level. Yeah, you stick on the stream and you'll gain points naturally. That's how you earn them up. Or you could even just like join a stream and then leave immediately and maintain like a watch streak. And that's also another way of, you know, earning up points without having to sink time into watching the stream. Or you can leave the stream on in the background. All these methods work. That one's probably the best one, speed-wise. I haven't said too much about this level, but the aesthetic's very funky, as the name entails. It's a funky level. Pretty good. Good structuring too. This part has very nice structuring. Yeah, leaving it in the background is totally valid. It's a good way of doing it. Yeah, I didn't really have anything bad to say about this level. It was pretty cool. Pretty nice. Just cleanly put together. Didn't really have any issues, so nice work. Let me send that real quick. It's for the click CC. There you go. Nice work. Alright. Let me change the question. What should the question even be? That's the question. That's a very weird meta question, so I think that works. Alright. Do I know something about when is active the mods that whitelist songs from Newgrounds? You can message, like, try to message, like, an outer mod, any outer mod that you can, and ask about whitelisting, and I'm sure one of them will get back to you. Alright, now let me mute this, and reset. Here we go. Alright, gonna count down from 5, and then we'll go from there. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, I don't know why I muted it, but I just did. Yeah, that's a good question. Can you send a part of a level, or have to be a full? I mean, you can send a part, but if it's less than like 29, if it's like less than 30 seconds, I probably won't send it. That's just how it goes for me. Finish your first platformer. It's based on a classic handheld game. What can you do? Just keep sending it to mods, and eventually it'll get, you know, sent maybe, or seen at least, and that'll give it more, you know, popularity. It's kind of cool. Interesting animation here. No idea what's happening right now. At least simple rate, maybe. Yeah, it's a pretty cool level. It's not bad at all. It's just a cool little frame-by-frame animation. Slightly coherent, but, you know, I mean, slightly incoherent, but that's fine. It's kind of entertaining, I suppose. Is this in GD? It is, yeah. I think it's kind of cool. Oh, now it's actually the end. Oh, lagged a little bit at the end there. Odd, but I like it. Nice work. Cool. That's 2 autos in one stream. Alright, next up is an 8-star. The Aether Dimension. The level request banner is tough. Thanks. I always need to make sure things are tough. Otherwise, how am I meant to request levels or get levels requested if the banner isn't tough? It's very important. Oop. This is cool. I feel like there could be a little bit more going on in the background. It feels a little bit bare. Like maybe some sort of form of parallax with like clouds. I also like the little click effect there. It makes things a little bit more interesting. I feel like the parallax could be a little bit more like wider range because it looks like everything's like right up in your face, which kind of makes the depth feel a little bit flat and narrow. I think I have to... Okay, you can just sort of... Let me just see if I can just skip that. Okay, no, I don't think you... Oh, no, you can. Okay. Yeah, if you want to make the gameplay a little bit less skippable, maybe make sure there's like spikes in the ground in that part. Just to make it a little bit harder to skip. It's not a bad level. Yeah, I just think the quality sort of jumps around a little bit, so I'm not sure if I'll send this. I think it's cool, but I feel like some parts are a little bit basic and other parts are nicely detailed, so I don't think I'll send this, but I thought it was still kind of cool. Alright, next up is a 7 Moon. This person asked, what's your favorite level in general? That's a good question. Yeah, do exclamation mark Discord and it'll give you a link to my Discord server. Not much really happens in there. I am hosting a platformer creator contest that I haven't really advertised, but it is happening. Yeah, it's a very cool effect layout. I haven't really said much, but it's a nice looking level. Very good music rep, I'd say. It does look a little bit hard to read. Which I assume is like just part of it. It's meant to be like memory based, I'm assuming at sometimes. yeah, pretty cool level. I don't think I'll send it for an epic just because it is like an effect layout and it's kind of hard in my eyes for them to reach epic standard just because they're kind of lacking that design element to a level. I think the effects are excellently put together, and it's just held back by the lack of backgrounds and design work. But it's a cool level, and the gameplay looks perhaps a little bit brutal at times, but it doesn't look too bad. It's a cool level. I'll send that for a feature real quick. Oh, it uses a nong, I see. Replacement piano, which I'm assuming is just used to replace a song, which is nice, I suppose. No ground spikes. Okay, so you can skip the gameplay in this level to reflect the theme of the level. Okay, so what's the actual difficulty of this level? Because if it has skips, if it has a lot of skips and you can just like skip the whole level, I'm not sure if I want to send this. For different ways? Yeah, well, I'll just send it for Demon. But I do feel like, you know, having skips in the level does make it a little bit odd. But I'll send it for a feature anyway. It's just like, you know, it can kind of remove the purpose of playing a level. If you've got skips, you can just miss most of it, and then, you know, you're not really playing the original level. And I know it's intended for the creator, it just feels like a bit of an odd choice. I've already seen this, but I'll quickly see if maybe I haven't sent it. No, I've sent this level. I remember this one. Alright, 1 moment. Harder, okay. Time crystal. Oh. This isn't too bad so far. Would benefit from like a bit of a background, I'd say. I think design-wise, it's not too bad. I think, yeah, design-wise, it's not bad. Pulses, they're decent. The only thing this level's really lacking is a bit of a background, I'd say. I just feel like some of the transitions do feel a little bit awkward, and I do feel like it's perhaps a little bit copy and pasted in some of the parts, which does make it feel maybe like a little bit cheap at times. That was cool. Just needs a little bit more going on in the background. But as it stands, I think it's like not too far for a raid. It's a decent level. Alright. Next up is position 76. Cutie Kitty. Alright. Sounds cool. Can an auto get daily? I don't think so. I don't know if there's ever been an auto daily. Maybe there has, maybe there hasn't, but I don't believe so, but I could be wrong. It's pretty nice so far. I like the background. Block design's pretty decent too. Yeah, these are from the Lego movie, aren't they? It's pretty clean art. It's a nice level. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's pretty nice. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, not bad. Cool. Is this a known creator? Just because it says that there's Sweetie Kitty, Pretty Kitty. There's a lot of different levels by this creator. Okay, I mean, this is probably just their aesthetic. That's cool. Yeah, I'll send this for maybe a feature. It's kind of cool. Nice work. Alright. I'll be ending the stream in about 3 more levels, I'd say, is how long until I'll end the stream. So, let me sift through those now. Alright, next up is a hard hurricane. Rate normal. Oh. Okay, that's an orb, okay. I think it would be better indicated if you made it a bit more... Just make it a little bit more obvious that that's an orb. Because I thought that was like I don't know, a gear or something that would kill me, so I didn't really know what to do there initially. Not bad so far. I feel like the colors don't really work together. You're using neon colors and then desaturated colors, and they don't really complement each other, so I would recommend looking up color palettes online, or looking at color theory and seeing what works together. And you've also got things like block setups, input setups, so if the player taps at a certain time, the rest of the gameplay doesn't really work, which can be a little bit jarring, and a little bit unfair, I'd say. When you're doing an easier level, you should have relatively consistent gameplay. I think the effects they're kind of neat. But yeah, there just needs to be a little bit more done regarding structures. I feel like it's a little bit flat. It's not a bad level though. It was kind of interesting, but yeah, just a little bit too basic, I'd say. Needs more structures, a little bit more in the background, that kind of thing. Yeah, don't put IDs in the chat because I won't check them. You have to put them in the form. And if you continue to put them in the chat, I will just mute you. Because obviously I don't check them and I don't want the chat filled with random messages. Oh, okay, I've already seen this and already sent it, so let me sort past that one. Blackout breakdown. Yeah, I'll just mute Coeb real quick, 1 moment. There you go. Let's check this out. Oh. I like the energy so far. The energy, very fun. Music rep's pretty well done. Maybe a little bit hard to read, but it's still cool. I think that part doesn't flow too well, just because when you have a held input, a dash input that leads into an orb, it can make it so the timing's a little bit narrow, which can be a little bit awkward at times. pretty cool level though. I do like the energy. I feel like it's very exciting to play. Pretty enjoyable. Oh, I meant to spam, okay. I will say, if you have to force the player into the inputs, it is a little bit, like, awkward. Just because, like, if you accidentally miss one orb, it does kill you. Which I feel like is fine, but it's like, you know, if the gameplay isn't shaped around that, you can still pass it without having to click them all. Feels a little bit cheap to just kill them for not touching it. Toggle orbs do feel a little bit cheap as a gameplay mechanic to me. This level was fun, though. It was pretty fun. I'll send this for probably just like probably a rate. But it was cool. Felt more like a demon for sure. I'll do one more level real quick. Why not? I could end it right now, but I'll be nice and get someone to get their level played. So we'll see what we end up with. Let's see here. We are ending with. Does it take your level out of the queue if I end the stream? I just manually clear the stream, yeah. Who are we raiding today? I haven't decided yet. Guess I'll see who's streaming. This isn't too bad. It's just a little bit simple design-wise. It would be nice to see like a bit of a background, not of like a rub background, but like a background that actually feels like it matches the aesthetic. Because like those bricks, I'd say they don't really match the vibe of the design that you're going for. The structuring is not bad, but yeah, it definitely needs more details and more effect work. I'd say like pulses and, you know, cool transitions, animations, movements, that kind of thing. Otherwise, it's just a little too light. A little too basic, I'd say. A little bit more complication in the designs here, which is cool. But yeah, I'd say just a bit too basic. It's not bad though. Anyways, I'm gonna go raid someone now. Let's raid this person. Alright, thanks for coming by, everyone. I'll see you all again pretty soon. Yeah, should be in 2 days or tomorrow, we'll see. Alright, see you everyone. Thanks for coming by. Have a good day.
JShadow with the rate of 118. Holy cow. Get rated? Apparently. JShadow, thank you again for the raid. How was your stream? How were the level requests today? Yo, yo, yo. Welcome. Yo. The end screen was bugged. That's so funny. Might be just my luck with Thunder's version. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Okay, that is definitely not that. I'll play this later, actually. We'll do some no-clip runs or something today. Good, decent levels. Typical kind of day. How are the